me see if I understand your position. Basically, would you say that it's wrong for the citizens to initiate physical force against other citizens like an armed robber does?
Unless we permit
but
that
it's okay
by law.
it's okay for the government to do so.
Because the government has been authorized by the people.
Okay, but if the government authorized armed robbers to do it, it would be okay?
If the government is that foolish to do so, I don't know what kind of country that would be, but that's legal, and if it's constitutional, so be it.
But would you think that that's moral for individuals to be empowered to, to rob their fellow citizens?
I don't think so.
So that would be wrong. So basically,
I would think so. It's wrong.
Okay, so you think that it's wrong for a citizen, an individual citizen, to initiate force against others to deprive them of their property, but it's okay for the government to do it if the majority has elected that government.
It is okay if the government is authorized to do so. The government is authorized to levy taxes, and the authorization comes from the people through their representatives. Now, if the people, through their representatives, say no taxes, everything be charity, so be it.
Okay, so you would say that all legitimate governmental power is derived from the people?
That's the way it is in our Constitution.
Do the individual citizens have the right to initiate physical force against other citizens that have not initiated or threatened to initiate force against anybody and haven't violated anybody's property rights?
They cannot do that because they are not authorized to do so under the law.
So individual citizens don't have that right. If they don't have the right to initiate physical force against other citizens, could they have properly delegated that right to the government?
Oh yes, they do so right now.
Can you properly delegate a right that you do not have?
You can give the right to their representatives to make laws that will authorize or make prohibitive certain activities.
So you think that you can delegate
absolutely.
a right that you don't have? You can properly delegate a right that you don't have?
You cannot tax your neighbor, but you can authorize me as your senator to vote for a program that will tax your neighbor.
Okay, so if you can, you say that a person can properly delegate a right that they do not have. Is that correct?
Under your distorted argument, yes.
Okay, well, I don't have the right to use your home in Hawaii, right? But could I delegate that right to some of my friends?
No way.
Right, so you really can't delegate a right that you don't have. You have to have the right in order to delegate
We're
it, right?
talking about the government here.
Right, but you agreed that the individuals do not have the right.
You can authorize the government.
Right, but did you agree?
Take over my residence.
Okay, but did you agree that the individuals did not have the right to initiate force against the other individuals? They don't have that right.
No.
So,
although some people think they do.
Then they could not have delegated that right if they didn't have it.
They would delegate authority to us, their representatives, to make laws in their best interest.
So even if they don't have the right, they can delegate it to somebody else.
To make laws that might do that.
So then you think that you can actually delegate a right that you do not have.
I don't know why you use this tortured route.
Well,
you know what I'm saying.
Well, I'm trying, it's interesting to me how it is that the agent can have more power than the principal. If the principals are the people, and the source comes from the people, and the individuals do not have the right to initiate force against others, I would suppose...
As individuals.
Well, if they get together, then all of a sudden they have the right?
If they authorize the government to do so, yes.
Well, if
they
nobody...
authorize the government to enter into a war and kill people, that's a right.
Well, where does this right come from if it doesn't come from the people?
The people through the Constitution.
Well, the Constitution was made by the people, right?
That's right.
So then, the people are the source of all legitimate power. So if the people did not have the right to initiate physical force against anybody, then
I don't know where we're getting.
Well, it seems like there's a contradiction there as far as if you say that all legitimate governmental power is derived from the people. You agree that the individual citizens do not have the right to initiate force against other citizens, then it would seem clear that they cannot delegate that right to the government.
Why don't we just leave it this way? We disagree.